All right. Thank you for joining us here today. Welcome to the Missouri Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type any questions to our presenters at any time. Cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is one of the many sessions happening as well, so be sure to sign up for more. This presentation is also being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Missouri. And now I will hand it off to our first presenter, Caroline from Cleveland University. Take it away.
Thank you. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. As you mentioned, my name is Caroline. I work at Cleveland University, Kansas City as an admissions advisor. I work with both transfer students and first-time college students going into either undergraduate or graduate programs. Cleveland University, Kansas City is a chiropractic and health science college located in Overland Park, Kansas. We are a private school. All of our programs are very specific, designed to get you into the healthcare field as quickly as possible and start working in those careers. Before I kind of dive into what some of the different programs are that we offer, I just wanted to throw this up there. You can find us on all social media at Cleveland UNIVKC, and our website is cleveland.edu if you want to look anything else up after the presentation today. The first program that I want to talk to you guys about that's popular, especially for transfer students, is our Bachelor's of Science in Human Biology. This bachelor's degree is in an accelerated format, so it usually only takes 3 years to complete, so it would be even less than that if you already had some college experience. It is used as a pre-med program, so to go into any of the professions that you see listed up there on the screen, to get into any sort of medical graduate program. Most of our students who opt into this Bachelor's of Science program do it concurrently with our Doctor of Chiropractic degree. So they're working on earning both their bachelor's and their doctorate at the same time and finishing that a little sooner than if they were to do a bachelor's degree and then apply to the chiropractic program. All the classes are really focused in science, obviously. So you're going to be taking a lot of anatomy, genetics, biochemistry, physiology, and all those fun classes after you get done with your general education requirements. The next program that we see is definitely our most popular on campus is the Doctor of Chiropractic program. This one is at the graduate level. So you do need a minimum of 90 college credit hours to get started into this program. Chiropractic is a holistic approach to healthcare, meaning it's non-invasive and they don't prescribe any medicine. There's no surgery. It's all about hands-on care. The word chiropractic itself means done by hand. So this program really teaches you how to kind of look at the body as a whole system and think about how your nervous system and your musculoskeletal system work together and affect your overall health. So like I said, it can be done concurrently with the Bachelor's of Science program. So if you still have some prerequisites that you need to finish up, you can do those before starting in the graduate program. It's a 10 trimester program, meaning that it's 3 years and 4 months long. And we're looking for students to have a 3.0 in their college coursework before starting this program. The other two programs that I want to talk to you guys briefly about today are going to be our associate degree programs. Our first one is radiologic technology. So a radiologic technologist is someone who does diagnostic imaging in a hospital, so x-rays. That's what our program trains you to be. You can get additional certification after graduation to be able to do all kinds of imaging in the hospital, like CT, MRI, and ultrasound. But this particular associate's degree requires 24 hours of general education prerequisites. So if you're transferring in, you might be ready to just go right into the core rad tech program. The core classes start twice a year in January and September. And it's only a 16-month long program once you get started in that core coursework. So just a year and 4 months until you can graduate and sit for your licensing exam. Similarly, structured the same way, we have an associate in applied science and occupational therapy assistant. So occupational therapy assistants help patients develop, recover, or improve skills needed for daily living. Maybe somebody suffered an injury and they're helping them kind of regain the ability to just do daily tasks of living. Just like the RAD Tech program, it requires 24 hours of general education classes before you can start in the core. So you might be ready to just transfer right into the core program if you already have those classes completed. This core program actually starts 3 times a year in January, May, and September. So you can always kind of get started. And again, it's only 16 months long as well once you get into those core classes. We usually recommend that students apply 3 to 6 months in advance of when they're looking to start, especially if you already have college credit, sending over your transcripts to us so that we can do an evaluation and let you know if you've met prerequisites for the program. That's really easy to do. All you have to do is email me and I can get that back to you in about 24 hours. We also have opportunities for you to shadow a professional if you're still undecided and deciding what healthcare career you might want to go into. And excitingly, I'm happy to announce that this summer we will be doing some open house events back on campus instead of in the virtual format. But you can already go ahead and set up individual tours on campus now. My contact information is up here on the screen, but I will also throw it in the chat if anybody has any other questions.
Excellent. Great. Thank you so much, Carolyn. All right. Next up, we have Austin from Peru State College.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Austin, and I am a senior admissions coordinator here at Peru State College. And I work with international students, incoming freshmen, and transfer students. So welcome. Where is Peru State? I get that question quite a bit sometimes. We are located in southeast Nebraska, in the southeast corner of the state. And it's kind of fun to know for any out-of-state students, especially students from Missouri, we do not have out-of-state tuition for anyone. So you don't have to calculate that extra, out-of-state tuition or whatever that might be for school here. So that's nice to know. Also, we have 3 different schools of study here at Peru State College. We have the School of Arts and Sciences, we have the School of Professional Studies, and we also have the School of Education here for our undergraduate programs. One thing that's kind of nice to know about our institution is our average class size is around 19, so faculty really get to know our students. Also, a fun fact, today is kind of like a Peru Friday, as in we do not have classes on Fridays. So if you can make it through today, which is a Thursday, you're good to go for the 3-day weekend. That helps out with 2 different student populations. Really our student educators that are training to be educators across the state of Nebraska. They can do that practicum or student teaching on Fridays. Also, we have a fairly large student athlete population that if they have a game on a Friday or anything like that, they can go ahead and travel and do so. We are a small campus. We have around 900 students here on our campus, and it's been kind of nice. We've been fortunate enough to have mostly face-to-face in-person classes starting all the way back at the fall semester in August. All right, so a few things about the transfer student process. If you are coming from a community college, we will accept up to 66 credit hours. If you're transferring from a 4-year college or university, we'll accept up to 90 credit hours that'll transfer. Also, on our website, it's pretty easy to get there. You can click on admissions and then go over to transfer students. We will do an official transcript evaluation for any student that wants to do so. We would get that unofficial evaluation done within 2 business days for anyone that uploads their transcripts that they may have. Also, in some cases, if you come from the Nebraska State Community College, we'll do a seamless transfer program where we'll automatically accept up to an associate's degree for those students. They'll automatically be juniors here on our campus. But one cool tool that we have is our Transfer Articulation Guide, or TES, on our website, where a lot of the colleges in the surrounding areas, you can see exactly how those college classes would transfer over. But our unofficial transcript evaluation is a great tool for many students. We also have 45 different clubs and organizations. We have a very active student body here on campus, and we even have an app for that where students can check on what's going on, all the different events that are going around on campus, and I encourage students to be involved here at Peru State. We have athletics, like I talked about a little bit before. You can see there all the different varsity athletic programs that we offer students here. And our facilities are very nice. We're Nebraska's first and oldest college, and we have some fairly old facilities, but we've invested over $85 million in infrastructure over the last 15 years here at Peru State. We're very proud of our campus facilities. And of course, we've renovated a lot of our residence halls here on campus as well. Dalzell Hall, the men's dormitory, was actually just renovated here a couple years ago. Getting started, we are an open enrollment institution, so it's pretty simple. Just get your application in and we'll go from there. We would need all of your transcripts from previous colleges that you may have attended. If you've completed up to 30 credit hours, that's all we would need. If not, we would just need a high school transcript, and that's all we would need to admit students. From there, you can kind of see the next steps, but I encourage students to apply if they're interested. It's a free application. All right, some costs. We are a pretty affordable four-year college. You can see for the academic year of 2020-21, that $17,000 there is the total cost, and that would include tuition, required fees, housing, meal plan, all the direct costs for one academic year. And that is based off of the on-campus credit rate of $186 per credit hour. And you can see there, we do have transfer admission scholarships called our Invest in Success Awards. To be eligible, you would have to come from a 2-year or a 4-year college and have completed at least 12 college credit hours. And from there, it's totally based off of your GPA. So you can see the breaks there are 3.75 for the chancellors, 3.5, and the 3.25 and 2.5 for our TJ majors. That would come with your acceptance letter. You would qualify for whatever GPA you qualify for. So those are just incoming transfer scholarships that we offer students. Thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope to see you all on campus someday. Just so you know, we do virtual visits and in-person visits. To sign up for one, you can just go to our website. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Austin. All right, next up we have Alec from University of St. Mary.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, I'm Alec. I'm the transfer admissions counselor at the University of St. Mary. University of St. Mary, there's a lot of schools that sound like us kind of around the country. So we're specifically in Leavenworth, Kansas, just kind of right on the border of Kansas and Missouri. I'm going to start off by sharing my screen, sharing one of the resources that we have. This is actually specifically the page that we go through on virtual visits. There's some things that I kind of want to highlight on here, but this is a great resource in of itself. You know, if you're maybe interested in learning more about University of St. Mary, but don't want to take the step of doing a campus visit, we have in-person visits, we have virtual visits, both of which you would sit down with a professor in the field of study that you're interested in to kind of talk you through what academics look like here. You'd sit down with admissions, talk through the admissions process, how that relates to you, and also sit with maybe an athletic coach if you're interested in athletics at the university. So when we do those visits, what we go through is this page up top, just a few different videos that kind of illustrate what USM is like. A lot of different facility videos, videos on student life and athletics, just a whole bunch of different videos that kind of illustrate what the campus is like. And then a folder of information going through academic programs where you can see the full list of programs and majors. These are actually really nice because these are clickable links. So you can go through and see all of the bachelor's degrees that we offer, and then you can click into those and see just kind of a brief program overview, information on what they want to teach in the degree, maybe some different career outcomes or different emphasis areas are all going to be in there. So It's a really good link for that. Scholarships will go through and it will kind of outline all of the transfer scholarships and all the tuition fees. Transfer scholarships range from $8,000 to $12,000 a year, just entirely based off of GPA. Our baseline for admissions for transfer students is a 2.0. If you got a 2.0, you qualify for automatic admission. And then from there, you also awarded your academic scholarship, again, based on where your GPA is at. There's no extra application for the academic merit awards. And then we also do offer all these other scholarships that will stack on top of it. So fine arts awards, if you participate in band, choir, theater, art, any of that, you can get up to $5,000 for scholarship money in that. Departmental awards are non-athlete specific. There's another $2,500 scholarship you can receive if you have a 3.0 GPA and are not a student athlete. On the other hand, student athletes can get any number of scholarship amounts for athletic talent and being on an athletic roster. If you're on an athletic team at the university, then you're going to be getting some kind of money from the coaches. Phi Theta Kappa, we offer scholarships for members of the PTK Honor Society. And then also Honors is a program for students with a 3.7 GPA. It's a bonus scholarship and a campus organization you can be a part of. And then another page that kind of goes through all the costs and fees associated with going here. So yeah, that's that section. Who, what, and where is all kind of campus information. So you can take a look through the campus map, read some facts about the university, kind of some demographic information. Also the mission statement, which is always where I start on a campus visit. I think it's a really important perspective. We are a Catholic school. We're really proud of our Catholic roots, but you definitely don't have to be Catholic to attend. It's actually only about 30% of our student body are Catholic. So it's definitely an open university for all students. And then the last section here on athletics, clubs and activities and residence halls. I want to pull up athletics just really briefly, just because it is such a huge population on our campus. We're about 70% student athlete here. We've got, I think, a total of 24, 26, somewhere in that range of varsity sports on campus, including our three most recent esports, varsity women's flag football, and both men and women's bowling is starting next year. There's talk about tennis, there's talk about golf being added. So there's a lot of different opportunities for athletic teams if that's something that you participate in. If you're not from around the Leavenworth or even the KC metro area, we do have a link in here that kind of goes through all the things that are to do kind of in town, and it kind of expands about an hour away from campus. We're about 30 minutes away from downtown Kansas City. So that's a really good link. And then again, just the campus map and a box to fill out if you still have questions. So I'm going to share this link in the chat as well as my email address. If you have questions about the University of St. Mary, if you have questions about really anything transfer, I'm happy to help y'all with any of that. But without further ado, I'll turn it over to the next person.
Thank you, Alec. All right, next up we have Washburn University.
Hi, my name is Jamie. I'm a transfer counselor here at Washburn. So I'm here to help you on your transfer journey. Just a little bit about Washburn here. Some fun facts about Washburn. We are a mid-sized university located in Topeka, Kansas. We're about 6,500 students. The campus is very student-centered. So our faculty members are going to be able to give you that individualized attention. We have class size ratios of about 25 students. So you do get that individualized attention. We don't have graduate assistants. We use full-time faculty members. Sometimes we'll use adjunct faculty that have the practical experience that they can integrate into the classroom. So our faculty are dedicated to student success, and they are easily accessible. So that's going to help you get the answers to your questions a lot sooner than if you were to have to schedule an appointment with your faculty. Let's see, a little bit about student life at Washburn. It is very active. We have over 125 clubs and organizations. We have athletics, which is Division II. We have 16 different sports, and we're very excited about our indoor practice facility that we just opened up. We also have Greek life. We have clubs and organizations that are associated to your academic area of interest. If you could join any club or organization, I would highly recommend joining one of those. We have a top ranked student rec center and wellness center. We also have different residential living facilities to choose from, with our Washburn Villages being our apartment style living that was designed for transfer students. So you're only going to have upperclassmen living in those units there. I have a little testimonial here from a student that was from Missouri. A little bit about Topeka. So Topeka is a population of about 125,000. It has a lot of opportunities. We have a lot of businesses and organizations that Washburn has partnered with to provide internships and to employ our students when they graduate. There's also lots of opportunities for community engagement and getting involved in the community. If that's something you are interested in, there is opportunities there as well. We do have some strong academic programs as well that is tied to opportunities in the community, such as being in the capital city. Those that are interested in political science, they can get internships there at the Capitol. We have the Kansas Bureau of Investigation that is located on our campus, where we have classroom space in there. So if you're interested in criminal justice, we have a forensic investigation program that has classroom space at the Kansas Bureau of Investigations, which is great experience to get. Also, our School of Nursing is a very rigorous program that has a lot of ties to hospitals in Topeka and the greater surrounding areas of Topeka. As well as our education department, they have a lot of ties to the schools. And so when we have our career fair for education, most of our students will leave with a job. Moving on to the affordability and the cost of Washburn. So we are a public university, but we are a municipal university as well. So we're not part of K-Board. We have our own board that is able to make decisions that is best for Washburn students. And so we have additional funding from the Topeka community that helps keep costs affordable. Right now we're at $309 a credit hour. We also offer the interstate tuition waiver, so Missouri students can get in-state tuition here. We offer lots of different scholarships as well, including the academic transfer scholarship, also Phi Theta Kappa. We have departmental scholarships, honors scholarships, leadership scholarships, and talent-based scholarships. All of those are stackable to make your education very affordable. So when you are ready, you can apply at washburn.edu/apply and then send us your transcripts. From there, we will guide you through the process. If you're wanting a campus tour or to come visit campus, you can call our admissions office and we'll be happy to set that up for you. And so if you have any questions, or anything, we are here to help you and help guide you through the process. So please ask any questions that you might have. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Jamie. All right. We have the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Great.
All right, welcome everybody. Thanks for being here today. My name is Mitchell Groniger, and I am the Assistant Director of Transfer Recruitment here at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Get this PowerPoint going, and we'll get rolling here. Perfect. So UNL, or as we like to call ourselves, Nebraska, we are the largest university in the state of Nebraska. We're a land-grant university, flagship of the Nebraska University system, located in Lincoln, Nebraska. Just some quick facts about our university. We do have almost 26,000 total students, so we are pretty large. About 21,000 are undergraduate students, and then Lincoln, Nebraska is about 280, close to 300,000 people here in town. I like to refer to Lincoln as the biggest small town you'll ever be in. We have all the resources of a big city because we technically are a big city. However, we do have that small town feel and that kind of neighborhood community vibe, which is something I really like. Lincoln's a great place to live because we do frequently top those Forbes lists of happiest city in the US and safest city to live. I can tell you right now, I'm raising a 3-year-old in town, so it's a very safe city. Just here's an aerial shot of our system here, our campus. We are located right in the heart of downtown Lincoln. So as soon as you step foot off campus, you're going to be right in the middle of the hustle and bustle. Historic Haymarket's right near us. There's a lot to do. We are one of the biggest college towns. And actually, we're considered the most affordable college, or second most affordable college town here in the state of, the U.S. With Lincoln here, we frequently top rankings again of the best value schools by U.S. News. One thing that we like to kind of really put out there is we're a very active school. We like to promote our sports as well as our research programs. We are a Research One university. Each year we do about $300 million worth of undergraduate research, as well as participate in a variety of sports programs here. Obviously our biggest are our football team, our Nebraska Huskers, which we'll support, good or bad. At the university, we have 150 different majors spread across 10 different colleges. These majors are everything from engineering, fine arts, history, education, human sciences, psychology, really you name it, and we have a major that can fit it. Within these majors too, we have over 500 different organizations on campus. I believe last time I checked, we were sitting at 638. We believe it's important for every student to be able to access an organization and create or start a group of people that are passionate about the same subject. These organizations range from pre-med clubs, chemistry clubs, all the way to our kind of what I like to call nonsense clubs. Mac and cheese club, guacamole club. Statistics show the more involved you are on campus and more hands-on you are, the better you're going to do. So we want to give you that opportunity to create a great college experience for yourself. We're always working on renovating our campus. In the last couple of years, we've done almost $300 million in faculty enhancements. Specifically here on our College of Business, this is right now our pride and joy. That we built it brand new about 4 years ago now. At the moment, we actually did just knock down our Mabley Hall, which is our teachers college. We're completely rebuilding that, and we're giving our engineering department a complete facelift as well. We want to ensure that U.S. students have access to state-of-the-art technology, that we're staying up to date for you, so we're constantly renovating. It's a great thing to be a part of. And again, it means that you have the best kind of access to all the new technology. One thing that we're very, very big on at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln is connecting you to your career path. We believe that it's our job to ensure that you have all the opportunities available to you, from internships to research opportunities. We're going to provide you with that experience and that hands-on learning. It's one thing to sit in a classroom and to learn and to get all that theoretical knowledge, but if you can't apply it in a practical sense, what good does it do you? We want to ensure that you are not only learning about the subjects that you want to study later in life, but you're actually practicing them. You can get involved in research as soon as you step foot on campus, from working in a laboratory to being fully funded in your own project. All 150 plus different majors that we offer pursue research, whether it be full on lab coats and everything, to working with our community organizations. We're going to allow you that ability to get involved and again to be hands-on, because that's extremely important. No matter what major you are, no matter what class you're in, we're going to make sure that you have that experience. We're also going to connect you to all kinds of organizations and businesses across the US. We highly believe in internships and getting you connected. And these are just some of the companies that come and recruit our students. From working with your academic advisors to student organizations to the week-long career fair that we hold every semester where we take over the arena in our downtown area. And each day bring in 50 to 100 different recruiters from various career fields. Again, we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to connect from day one and that we're getting you to where you need to be. Getting more to the nitty-gritty of the application, we are an online only application, as well as our application, we're part of the Coalition and the Common App. When you apply to Nebraska as a transfer student, we look for your high school transcript, your current college transcript, and that's about it. What's nice is if you transfer over with at least 24 hours of college credit, we waive any high school requirement, any math, foreign language, anything like that. All we look for is a 2.0 GPA from your cumulative and then a 2.0 GPA from the last semester before you transfer. What's nice is as soon as you send us our transcripts, we process those, send those to your advisors to ensure that you're getting the credit you need and you deserve. We actually, if you go to our transfer website as part of our admissions website there on the page, we have a transfer evaluation guide. We have a course equivalency guide, which allows you to just type in your school name and see what transfers. But we also recommend using Transferology, which allows you to transfer all of your courses over to Nebraska and see where you're sitting at in your degree program. I highly recommend every single person visit campus. In my opinion, that is the best thing that you can do for yourself when you're making that college decision. We have a half-day visit called a Husker Weekday, where you get a private tour of campus, meet with your academic department, and then you meet with someone like myself to ensure that all of your questions are answered. Great thing. We've been hosting this all year here, maintaining all the protocols and everything to ensure that you're safe, but still giving you that full experience. And then let's connect. I'm the assistant director of transfer recruitment. So if you shoot an email to transfer@unl.edu, it's going to go right to my inbox, and I'm here to help you. Whether that be connecting you with advisors, answering your questions, whatever it is. That's my job, and I want to ensure that you're satisfied. So thank you for being here, and thank you for listening.
Perfect. All right. And we have Kansas State University. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. I'm wrapping up the group here, so thank you for sticking with us today. My name is Dina Kaur. I'm the transfer coordinator, assistant director for Kansas State University, and we are located in Manhattan, Kansas, the Little Apple, we like to call ourselves. If you're familiar with Manhattan, Kansas, we are what's considered a classic college town. So our population in Manhattan is about 55,000 strong, and about half of that 55,000 is our student population. So we have about 22,000 students at KState, and I like to say we're the perfect size because we're large enough to have a lot of things for our students to be involved in and get activities and things for them to join, clubs and organizations that will benefit them in their careers in the future, and a lot of undergraduate research opportunities. We really focus on that. We want students to leave the university with a lot of hands-on knowledge and information that they can land that first job very easily with the experiences that they've gained from K-State. And I do want to point out that we're pretty proud of our job placement rate, or for those students who are choosing to continue their education after their undergraduate degree, we've got a 97% placement rate. So our career services are phenomenal. They're working with students from day one. So whether they come in as a new incoming freshman or as a transfer student, they're going to be there to help you make sure that you're getting your resume ready to go, that you've got activities and involvement and things on your resume. So you'll be prepared for that huge career fair that we have every September. It's the largest career fair in the Big 12, where we bring in hundreds of employers from all over the country and the world to interview our students and for both their internship opportunities and their full-time jobs after they graduate. So we do a lot of things to help our students make sure that they get that return on their investment by coming to K-State and getting their degree. I also like to point out that even though we are a large research-based institution that people commonly think of as being a large institution, We have small class sizes. About 90% of our classes are going to be 50 students or fewer. So that 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio is sometimes shocking to incoming transfer students because they don't think of us being able to provide small class sizes like that, but we actually do. And one of the benefits that transfer students have is you've probably taken all of those large classes in your freshman and sophomore years where you're currently enrolled. So you'll have lots of small classes to look forward to really get to know your classmates and your professors. And then one other thing I want to point out on this page is we were ranked last year for 2021 as the happiest students on any college campus in the country. So our students love being K-Staters. That tradition is strong with them and stays with them into their alumni status for sure. So what do you want to study when you come to K-State? Well, we have 250 majors to choose from. So if you haven't already determined your focus and your interest, then we've got a lot for you to explore. Everything from agriculture, arts and sciences. We have a nationally ranked architecture, planning, and design program. Our College of Business is also nationally ranked. Our engineering program, very comprehensive, almost 12 majors, 13 majors now in the College of Engineering for you to choose from. Education, we're the #1 producer of teachers in the state of Kansas. So definitely have a lot of students come to us for elementary or secondary education as well as special ed. Health and human sciences, even though we don't have a medical school at K-State, we actually are one of the best to prepare students for medical school, wherever that may be that they want to go. So our students who are in our traditional science programs, biology, microbiology, kinesiology, athletic training, and even some unique ones like food science in the College of Agriculture are all great preparatory programs for careers in medicine, nursing, and other pre-health type occupations. Technology and aviation is another area that we specialize in. We have a pilot program that's located at our Polytechnic campus, and we have a UAS program there. So if you're interested in drones or utilizing drone type programming in your career, you could do a certificate in drone as well as a full major in the UAS program. And then of course, we're also known for our veterinary medicine program here at K-State. So one of the top ranked vet schools in the country. If you want to look at all of our programs, it's all listed on our academics page, listed there at the email. So if you're interested in how credits transfer, we have 2 great tools on our transfer credit website. The first one that is listed here is more of a course by course search. So if you just want to see how does college algebra for my institution transfer to K-State, it's probably listed there. If you want to look more by a pathway, so if I wanted to go into the College of Engineering and major in computer science, what would be the course requirements for that program, and how would my classes from my institution transfer in? We don't have every pathway for every institution in the country built, but we can build one for you pretty quickly. So all you have to do is contact us at the top of that website there for the pathway, and we'll get one built for you and help you with that. We also do unofficial credit evaluations as well, if you just want to get an idea. I also want to point out that because of our great transfer services, scholarships, and other things that we do for transfer students as they come in, we've been recognized many years by the Phi Theta Kappa organization as being on their transfer honor roll. So we're honored to be part of that again this year. As a Wildcat, you'll have the opportunity to get involved in a lot of organizations. Like I said, 500 clubs and organizations, as well as our Greek life is very positive on campus. And our K-State sports. If you've never been to a K-State football game, then you definitely need to attend. It is a wonderful opportunity. Residence halls and apartments, we have a lot of those on campus for students to choose from. As an incoming transfer student, you could live in either, but there are no requirements for students to live on campus. But I do want to say that the Jardine apartments are very popular for students, gives you that apartment style feel. There's no mandatory meal plan, but you still are on campus. You have that community that you're building and getting to know other students, as well as the way to find roommates, which is a really nice option if you're coming from out of state and don't already have a lot of friends at K-State. And then finally, we have all of our scholarship opportunities listed on our website. We do have the Missouri Match. which is a wonderful opportunity starting this fall for transfer students with a 3.25 who've met our priority scholarship deadline. So make sure you look into that if you're thinking of transferring in the future. It's good for spring and fall start transfer students. And a tiny bit about our admissions requirements. A 2.0 is all that's required. Some of our majors have a little bit higher GPA requirement to be admitted directly into the major, but we've got all of that information on our website for you to look at as well. Again, you can contact us at transfer@k-state.edu, and we're also offering visits on campus in person and virtually. So check out our visit website for those opportunities as well.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Deanna. So I would love to invite all of our presenters to turn on their cameras now, and we can have a short Q&A for about the last 5 minutes. And so I just wanted to start off getting to know a little bit more about the transfer process. So what advice would you give someone who is going through the transfer process? So we'll start off with, Caroline, go ahead.
Yeah, so my advice definitely is to connect with an advisor at your new school and have them connect with your current advisor at the institution you're going to. They can really help make sure that everything gets transferred over correctly and nothing gets lost in translation. So I would just say making sure you connect with an advisor and stay in touch with them throughout your process.
All right, I'm going to keep mine really short. I would encourage everyone to visit their school that they're thinking about transferring to. I think that's the number one thing any student can do, but also take advantage of the technology that has been thrust upon us during this pandemic. A lot of schools are also offering virtual visit options too. That's a great way to meet with staff, faculty, or advisors or anything like that. So I would say visit.
Yeah, and I would actually agree with Austin. I would say visit the school that you're interested in. Visit as many schools as possible. Visit big schools, visit small schools, visit schools that you always thought you were going to go to and schools that you never thought that you could possibly fit in at. And really just kind of try to get a sense of what feels right, what feels natural, what kinds of people do you connect with. So yeah, that would be my advice.
I think everybody's provided really awesome answers. My piece of advice for an incoming transfer student is really, don't hesitate to get involved on campus. I was a transfer student myself, and I think that ultimately at the end of the day, your experience very much at any college is going to be what you make of it. So dive in there head first and really enjoy the experience because, many of us only get to go through undergraduate once. So.
I would echo that also. I've worked with a lot of transfer students who think that because they weren't here as freshmen or sophomores, that there's certain opportunities that ship has sailed and they can't take advantage of. So I would highly recommend students ask their advisors about what opportunities are available to them and do that right away because your time is limited when you transfer. And so you want to cram in as many of those awesome opportunities as you can while you are still here.
Ask as many questions as possible. Each university is different. Each university has different, programs and policies you're not aware of, and you don't know what you don't know. And it's our job to make sure all those questions are answered. So, challenge us.
Perfect. All right. And so one of my favorite questions too is, can you give us an interesting or fun fact about your school? So if that helps with Caroline.
Yeah, well, this fun fact really only applies for this upcoming year, but in 2022, we're going to be celebrating our 100th anniversary as an institution. So we just have a lot of big celebrations and fun events coming up in the next year. So a lot of things to look forward to.
All right. Peru State College is Nebraska's first Knowles campus, but I shared that earlier. So I'm going to share the running of Nebraska's Toughest Mile. It's a fun tradition that we do every year to fundraise for our cross-country programs. But Nebraska is a fairly flat state. Peru, Nebraska is southeast corner of the state of Nebraska. We are not that. We've got we're right by the river, so there's a lot of hills and everything. There are 3 hills. The second one is known as Gutbuster. So it's just 1 mile. The whole community runs downtown and finishes on the 3rd hill on campus. I've ran it every year, and every year, you know, I need an inhaler at the end. But it's one of my favorite events that we do usually during homecoming. And I actually live on Gutbusters, so that's a fun walk for me to campus every day.
For us, there's kind of a minute detail on our website that every once in a while students bring up in the campus visit, which is an underground tunnel system that connects all the buildings on campus. Every once in a while I get a question about it. It's super nice, having worked with transfer students from all around the country, especially folks coming in who are not from Kansas, Missouri, who aren't used to our winters. It's actually a super nice kind of piece of campus that connects even one of the dorm halls. I'll see students in the dead of winter with snow on the ground, walking around our administration building in their pajamas because they've rolled out of bed, hit the tunnels, and come to the rest of campus. So it's actually sounds kind of weird, but it's a really cool, kind of unique piece of our campus.
I think I could speak for everybody when I say it's really hard to just pick one favorite fact about your institution because there's always so many cool ones. Probably my favorite fact about Washburn is we weren't originally called Washburn University. We were founded as Lincoln College, named for Abraham Lincoln. We take our name from Ichabod Washburn, who was an early philanthropist, an abolitionist, and an all-around swell chap who was kind enough to believe in our mission and really help us out at the start. We took him as a namesake, and that's why we're Washburn University today.
Yeah, I was going to mention that someone earlier said something about a land grant institution, and actually Kansas State University is the first operational land grant institution in the entire country. So if you haven't studied up on land grant institutions yet, there's a little tidbit of homework for you, but we're very proud, and we stay true to that tradition today by making sure that students of all abilities, backgrounds, and ethnicities are available to learn and grow and graduate with a degree from K-State, no matter where they're from.
I think my favorite fact about Nebraska is our Memorial Stadium, where we do our football games, becomes the third largest city in Nebraska every single Saturday when we have a game. 90,000 plus fans. Even if you don't like football, you got to go to a game. It is one of the coolest experiences.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. That wraps up about the time that we have for today. So I want to thank everyone for joining us. When you close your window, there'll be a link with a very quick survey for questions. We'd appreciate any feedback. Also, this is just one of the many sessions being hosted, so please sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session recording as well as other session recordings at strivescan.com/Missouri. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and thank you to all our presenters. Take care, everyone.